In the dead of night, under a sky slashed by lightning, a private jet screamed through the storm, its engine sputtering like a dying heart. Billionaire tech mogul Victor Hale gripped the armrests, his empire flashing before his eyes, not the billions in the bank, but the faces of his estranged family he'd neglected for too long. The pilot's voice crackled over the intercom, "Mayday, mayday. Engine failure. We're going down." On the ground, in a rundown hangar miles away, a phone rang. It was for Alex Rivera, a mechanic whose grease-stained hands had fixed more broken dreams than machines. Little did he know, this call would rewrite his fate, and if you're hooked already, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that prove miracles hide in the everyday grind. Alex wiped sweat from his brow, staring at the eviction notice on his cluttered workbench. At 42, he was a single dad to little Mia, whose bright eyes lit up his dim world, but the bills piled higher than the junked engines in his shop. His wife had left years ago, chasing stability he couldn't provide, and now the bank was circling like vultures. "One more job," he muttered, answering the frantic call from the airport tower. "A billionaire's jet? Crashing? You've got the wrong guy, I'm just a small-town wrench-turner." But desperation has a way of fueling courage. With Mia asleep in the truck's back seat, because who could afford a sitter, Alex raced to the airstrip, thunder rumbling like Judgment Day. The scene was chaos, emergency lights flashing, ground crew panicking, and Victor Hale's sleek Gulfstream G650 teetering on the runway edge, one engine belching smoke. The billionaire himself paced outside, his tailored suit soaked, barking orders into a phone. "Fix it now, or heads will roll." Victor's reputation preceded him, ruthless in boardrooms, building a fortune in AI that revolutionized industries but left him isolated. His latest deal, a multi-billion merger, hung in the balance. If he didn't make it to Tokyo by dawn, it all crumbled. Alex approached, toolbox in hand, heart pounding. "Sir, I'm Alex. What's the issue?" Victor barely glanced at him. "Hydraulic failure in the starboard engine. My team's stumped. You have 1 hour before we scrap this bird and I sue everyone involved." Alex dove in, the storm mirroring the turmoil in his soul. As he crawled into the engine bay, memories flooded, his own father's garage, where he'd learned to tinker as a boy, dreaming of flying high. But life grounded him, debts from Mia's medical bills after her asthma scares, the shop barely scraping by. This jet was a beast, far beyond his usual pickup trucks and farm equipment. The hydraulics were fried, a rare part needed that no one had on hand. "I can't do this," Alex whispered, hands trembling. But then he thought of Mia, drawing pictures of airplanes, saying, "Daddy, one day we'll fly together." Improvising, he jury-rigged a bypass using scraps from his truck, a hose clamp here, wiring from an old radio there. It was risky, unorthodox, but his instincts screamed it would work. Meanwhile, Victor watched from afar, his impatience cracking. For the first time in years, he felt vulnerable, not the invincible tycoon, but a man who'd sacrificed relationships for success. His daughter, estranged like Alex's wife had been, hadn't spoken to him in months. "What's your story, mechanic?" Victor called out, seeking distraction. Alex, covered in oil, shouted back over the wind, "Just trying to keep the lights on, sir. Single dad, fighting to give my kid a shot." Victor paused, seeing a mirror of his younger self, hungry, overlooked. As minutes ticked down, the pilot tested the engine. It roared to life, steady and strong. The ground crew cheered, Victor's jaw dropped. You saved it." "Saved me." Dawn broke as the jet taxied smoothly, but Victor didn't board immediately. He turned to Alex, who was packing up, expecting a quick paycheck at best. "What's your name again?" Victor asked. "Alex Rivera." The billionaire extended a hand, not in dismissal, but genuine respect. "You've got talent, Alex. More than these so-called experts. What's it going to take to bring you on board, literally?" Alex blinked, stunned. Sir, I just did my job. But Victor wasn't done. He pulled out his phone, wiring funds on the spot, enough to clear Alex's debts, save the shop, and fund Mia's college one day. That's the start, Victor said. But I see more. Join my team as chief engineer. Travel the world, fix what matters. And bring your daughter, we'll make those airplane dreams real. Tears stung Alex's eyes, the weight of years lifting. It wasn't just money, it was validation, a second chance. Victor, too, felt a shift, perhaps this act of gratitude could mend his own broken bonds. As the jet lifted off, Alex drove home, Mia stirring awake. Daddy, did you fix the big plane? She yawned. Yeah, sweetie. And it fixed us too. Word spread quickly, the broke mechanic who saved a billionaire's life. Offers poured in, but Alex stayed grounded, using his new role to mentor others like him, underdogs with hidden genius. Months later, at a company gala, Victor raised a toast. To Alex, who reminded me that true wealth isn't in banks, but in the hearts we touch. Alex, now thriving, hugged Mia on stage, whispering, "We made it." The reward? Not just financial freedom, but a friendship that bridged worlds, proving perseverance pays off in ways we can't imagine. Victor reconnected with his family, inspired by Alex's humility, and together they launched a foundation for struggling tradespeople, turning desperation into opportunity. And that's the story, folks, a reminder that rock bottom can be the launchpad for miracles. No matter how broke or broken you feel, one act of courage can change everything. If this tale moved you, hit that like button, it means the world to creators like me, and subscribe for more heart-pounding, life-affirming stories. Who knows? Your breakthrough might be just one storm away. Keep believing, keep pushing, and remember, the greatest rewards come when you least expect them, leaving you utterly speechless.